I have maybe reached an interesting level of how many maps and stuff I have on here, since I'm over 100. So the game is slowing down with a little bit of gifts since there is some load time issue. Um, so I will generally clear the chat and stuff if I can. But it may slow down on your side if we have more gifts. That's all. Or gifs. Don't say gifs. That's just all right. All right. So you guys woke up to the sounds of a town that you thought was a ghost town. Is kind of a bustling little village. And as you woke up, you heard familiar voices, but strangely, you didn't see your old party members. You saw some weird creatures in their places. Um, if you guys would like to go over what you guys look like, that'd be fantastic.
Let me see if I can link the thing that I sent you, Craig.
Let me know if you don't have access to your character. Well, how about this? I'll start for Ash and for Joe since they're not here. You hear Yosunius Pestis, aka I don't even remember his other character's name. You hear from Joe's character. You see this giant lizard, which is 6 foot tall, no clothes on, really, just a big lizard that is barbarian-esque. And for Grognak, you heard his voice, but you see a wizened old tiefling in looks to be some armor, and he looks grizzled. Just kind of fitting. Anyone else would like to go?
Yeah, I just posted mine in chat. I'm like a 10-foot tall.
Oh man, you keep growing.
commoner druid. Yeah.
And by the way, you guys are all using your normal voices. So this tiny elven noble prissy is now coming out of this 10-foot tall giant creature.
So just for clarification's sake, Craig.
Sure.
So the rest of the world hears me as this giant creature, right? It's just
That's
my
right.
group that hears me as
100%.
Okay, so all right, got it. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. Anyone else?
Frigga's voice is coming out of someone much, much smaller. Rather than a dragonborn, she is a little drow, like wrapped up in silks and scarves. Very hippie looking, complete with like the round glasses. But the glasses are try to like she's discovering that they help with the blaring sunlight because she's not used to sunlight sensitivity, or dark vision's probably gonna throw her off too. But she's very much smaller and not furry or scaly, and is very awkward because she's sitting there realizing that she doesn't have a tail and doesn't have like a muzzle, so she's kind of like touching her face and her back and like what's going on. Very horrified looking little drow.
Don't look at me. I'm hideous. Sure.
Where once there was a near corpse, now lays a 6'1", fur of red, hair of black hobgoblin.
All right. And finally, tiny hardhead.
And sitting next to you guys, there's a bugbear, a 6'5" bugbear, looking quite mean and quite unpleased to see there's people around him.
So pretty
And
much
just crawls.
everyone else is large and furry except her this time.
I would just like to say OOC that I really appreciate how out there everyone went with these one-shot characters.
And as you regard your friends and hear the voices coming out of these strange bodies, none of which seem to be normal at all. You hear the knock on the door, and from the knock emanates a soft but hardened voice asking you to, or beckoning you to breakfast. And that's basically where we're picking up. You guys, if you guys have, and I'm going to show it to you guys once more if you don't have it already open. You see this map. Wiz had asked whether or not, where you guys were. And the old man, nice old halfling, tall for his size, tells you that you guys are in Arcadia. And if you look at the map, you are currently at house number 3 here on the map. A lot of this will definitely do kind of theater of the mind. There are some places that we actually have some maps and some other things to talk about, but for the most part, we'll just kind of use this as a reference point for things you want to do. And before we get started, there are going to be some special rules for today. And I'm actually going to have you guys, as of right now, roll initiative.
Oh, Craig,
man.
can it also be canon that
How
that
we
guy
don't have tokens?
Oh shit.
Oh, that's right. All right, how about this? I'll move you to a blank screen. All right, go ahead and drop some tokens and roll for some initiative. So what was that, Zaki? You want it canon that what happens? Okay, setting he's on mute. So what and I'll go ahead. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys. So the reason I had you do that, descending, is when we are going throughout this day today, every turn that we're not in combat is going to constitute about 15 minutes worth of time. And there's certain reasons, there's things that happen at certain times during the course of this day. So as an example, I'll start with, we're at breakfast talking to this old man, and we'll start with, let's say, Zach, now that it's your top of the turn order, what is it that you want to ask? What do you want to do? And then we'll progress. And when we get through that full turn order, we'll say 15 minutes has passed. All right. So you started off asking Zach some questions to this nice old man who's apparently feeding you some sheep bacon and some other breakfast fineries. And he has told you that, you guys are in Arcadia, and that he is so happy that he hired the famous Blue Cloak group to entertain at the wedding, and that he's looking forward to your performance at 1:00. And
The famous what?
Blue Cloak group. You guys are all in blue cloaks with gold, I guess, filigree or tapering around the edges. It's very pretty. You guys also, so the Blue Cloak group, he tells you that you guys are performing or scheduled to perform. You guys are scheduled to perform at the wedding, and at the tavern at which he owned after the wedding, as a gift to the family that's getting married. So Zach, that was kind of your initial salvo. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? You're on mute. or you've died.
I died. Yeah, it was that I died. I'm back though. Yeah. So I. All right. So the only other thing that I want to do is I just want to troll him a little bit more with the whole father thing. So I want to say like, Daddy dearest, would we hired to sing or dance or maybe play an instrument or three?
Well, you guys are so famous for doing everything. I didn't think of telling you what to do. Just that you had to, perform, do your normal act, I guess.
So is there like a contract that we could review or?
Well, I'm sure I have it around here. I'm surprised you don't have it on you. I mean, you guys are here. I'll look it up for you after breakfast.
Fair enough. And I go back to eating my breakfast.
All right, Mr. Hobgoblin.
Mr. Hobgoblin is shoveling bacon into his mouth.
All right, is there anything you'd like to do during breakfast time?
I would like to cast what is it? Remove curse. Which fails because I don't have it in this body. I'm just standing there shoveling sheep bacon into my mouth, confusedly trying to cast spells I can't cast.
And yeah, as you're shoveling in and you're practicing your hand motions, and you're kind of muffling out words about maybe in and out. I guess the family's kind of watching you in some regard, and just like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah. How about you, giant mammoth of a bugbear? Is there anything that you're doing or asking?
Well, actually, I waited, but in fact, the minute I heard somebody knock on the door,
sure,
and asking me to eat food and serving me food, Mr. Tiny stands up, just scrawl, and instead of opening the door, he just bashes in to make an opening.
All right, roll me let's go athletics.
This is too bad. I have all those good things I cannot.
17. Yeah, you punch a hole right through the door, and as you retract your hand, you open the door, and certainly the halfling is puzzled by how this is done, and he's like, well, I guess I'll have to take a look at that after breakfast, and he leads you downstairs. And I imagine, he's certainly like, kind of scared. He backs away from you. He's not really fond of you, and he kind of directs his attention to, the more less furry giants of the group. I guess more of the attention on the drow, because she's the most normal looking, and kind of abates his eyes away from everyone, not really looking at anyone in particular when he's talking to you guys, unless you're addressing him. He just kind of looks off into a middle distance. He's happy that he hired you, but he's certainly not happy now that he's in your presence. But he's feeding you nonetheless.
When I pass by him to go downstairs for food, I just growl at him and try to intimidate him too.
Sure, roll me an intimidation.
Can we, he's still silky smooth, right? Like we're
Yeah, you can hear him. Yeah, he's not too intimidated. He hired you. I mean, he just expects that's a behavior out of a bugbear. Yes, he's still silky smooth. So any like grunts and stuff, like you hear almost some purring almost out of the bugbear.
That doesn't work, man. Come on.
Everyone else hears gurring. They hear purring.
Lady Muriel sort of like speaks up for a second and says, don't mind him. He probably won't eat you.
Can you roll an intimidation?
Sure. Well, not my forte, but let's give it a go.
Yeah, luckily he takes that earnestly. Even though it's coming from yet another giant thing that lords over him. You guys are at least 2 to 3 times his size. So he's still kind of looking middle distances. Yeah, come on down for breakfast. Anything during breakfast that you'd like to talk about with
Yeah,
him, Tiny?
I want to ask him about the. What is this about the? No. What is this about the somebody's getting wed?
Oh yes, I told you last night, but I know you guys tied one on pretty good. Um, you see, this town, Arcadia, is really a loosely held alliance village, helmed by 3 distinct families. This is really a farming village, and the 3 main farming families, the wheat family, the soy family, and the devilweed family, they kind of have an agreement that they generally interwed, but they've somehow put up enough money to for a dowry for the devilweed's daughter. They enticed a local lord, his son, his 4th son really, is to be wed to them. This should help the village tremendously. So, in light of that, I've hired you to perform. Everyone is putting out their best. Everyone is very excited.
So when he says perform, Tiny answers, "Oh, I see," and then he brings his Albert out. You mean this?
Well, if that's what you do, I don't know if you're like a sword swallower there, but I mean, you do what you do. I've just heard great tales of your prowess and all the acts that you guys perform. I can't wait.
At the word of prowess, I try to intimidate him.
Okay, doing what?
I just growl at him, show my teeth.
Sure. Yeah. No, he definitely doesn't want to
Would
be
you
near you.
sit down? You're being rude to Bugbear Silky. Nice man's giving us food and you've been growling at him all morning. Just sit down.
That's a good segue.
And
Sit down and eat, and then after that, nice word of her.
she's kind of been waiting for them to be a bit alone, but she seems really awkward, like not really sure how this body works, but not really falling over quite yet. But it's very different from what you're used to, and she's a lot smaller. And the mouth works
Yeah.
different. She doesn't have fangs. But I figure especially because she's a sorcerer, when she starts getting pissy at Silky Smooth, like like her cup starts levitating a little bit, like Mage Hand goes off a bit, just enough to like get it, make it lift, and then like clunk back down. She kind of looks at it like, what? Whoops. did I do that? But she's currently mostly just sort of like listening to what everyone is saying, and she's picking up who everyone is by their voices, but she is very confused. Like, would they know who they are, or are they just like, I am Frigga, I am a dragonborn, what the hell? Or do they
I
have
think,
some sort of knowledge of who they've become?
I don't know. You guys certainly haven't had a conversation about what's going on, but you're definitely picking up familiar voices. You just don't recognize.
No, but
their
I mean,
bodies
like
and stuff like that.
herself. Like, would she know anything about the drow she currently is? Or is she just
No.
Frigga?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
just Frigga. Frigga with a new body and new powers.
Okay.
Yeah. So as the conversation goes on, the old man, he tells you, well, it's early now. It's just turning about 8. Wedding is at 2 p.m. So you'll just want to have to meet over at the square or the clearing, really. Where the wedding is being set up, right around then. and you perform, and then you come back to the tavern after that and perform. That'd be great. But until then, you can get the lay of the land, try to meet some people if you want to perform some tricks here or there, or do whatever you got to do to get ready. Please do. You're welcome to come back here for lunch if you want, or at the tavern, since our family runs that. And yeah, feel free to do what you want. And then he goes off to look for the contract. If you give me about 10-15 minutes, I'll dig up this contract here.
Much appreciated.
All right. Is your intention here to wait for the next 15 minutes or so while he digs this up?
No.
All right.
I'll come back later for it.
I'll wait for it.
Sure. Absolutely. You guys are allowed to split up as you wish. During this, since this is a lot of RP work. So if you're gonna wait for the contract, you may. What are you gonna do? Sorry. Otherwise, Zach, since you're not gonna wait for the contract.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. Let's see. I'm looking at the town. Huh. Well, can we just? So he's gone, right? He's just out of sight. He went to a different room or something along those lines.
Yeah, he put out what he thought was a feast of food. But you guys being so big and hungry and ferocious have devoured every last morsel. So the breakfast may have lasted all of 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
So he's off looking for this duplicate copy of the agreement.
Okay, so as soon as he steps out of the room, I sort of turn and look at the group and say, like, well, what is going on? What are we going to do?
Remember
any plans?
Last thing I remember was falling asleep in that broken down old place.
Well, I told that idiot Grognak that we shouldn't stay here, but he wouldn't listen.
Oh yeah, roll me a perception, or you guys can tell me what your passive perception, if you think it's high enough, or even passive investigation.
22 is my passive perception.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
17 for passive investigation.
Sure. So you two know immediately that this is the house that you guys chose to sleep in last night.
I don't know that. I was dead.
Oh. Yeah, you have vague surroundings. I don't know. I guess maybe this feels the same. You just weren't alive.
Sorry, I was dead at the time.
Got
better.
Yes, but Wiz, like down to the nook and cranny, like you see it in your head, like an overlay almost of the house that you were in and what this house is, and it looks like this is the fixed up version, or last night was the rundown version of this house.
Great, that's great. So I convey that information to the group. So, my question still stands. What are we going to do?
I think we gotta figure out what the hell what's going on, how we get back home. Craig, one quick question. Since she is not a werewolf right now, is she more herself? Like the rage and stuff? Okay.
All that rage and everything else that she's been carrying around doesn't seem to be with her. It's not in this body.
Okay.
Is it the same thing for me too? Do I...
You're silky smooth. You're not a bugbear. You just look like a bugbear.
That's unfortunate.
Any affliction that you may have had in the other body, whether that be mostly dead, werewolf or lycanthropy, or cat stuff, seems to not have conveyed to this body. Heck, your genders may not even be the same.
They are not. Huh.
So yes, back to the original question. Zach, what would you like to take off to?
Great. Thanks. I am going to go to the. I'm going to go to the Wheat family.
Sure.
I want to
So
have a.
you start.
I want to have a
Yeah.
conversation with the son, the old flame.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's gonna take you, the 10 minutes or so to walk down to.
Okay. That is what I would like to do.
Yep. All right. And Hobgoblin, what is it that you would like to do?
I begin rifling through my things and find a spell book. I open it up and start learning what I can actually do.
Fantastic. So it looks like Tiny has some companionship. Miss Drow.
First she's gonna like rummage through her things or this person's things to see if there's any like instruments or costume or like anything that would say like what they're supposed to be doing, because she's just in case, but she doesn't know how to play anything. She can't sing anything. She's not very acrobatic, but her magic is different, so like a lot of it's just gonna happen as it happens.
Fair enough.
I mean, she's realizing that she has some, like, I'm sure there's like a sensation of it,
Yeah,
especially because
some
it's really
innate magic.
chaotic. But
oh yeah, sounds great.
But otherwise, she's trying to figure out something.
So, as the time passes by, the old man comes back and says, "Well, here it is. Yes, yes. You see, the contract is for 2 performances at the time of the wedding, and then after party at my tavern. See here, for the Blue Cloak party. That's you, on this date." And he shows he shows the group the contract. So while he's doing that, hold on, Zach, you get to. All right, let's move to the next 15 minutes. You're at the Wheat House. Okay. You get to the Wheat House. Knock on their door, I assume.
Yes.
Or are you gonna do other things?
No, I knock on their door. Politely.
Yeah, and a servant comes to the door. Yes, how may I help you?
Hello. I would like to speak to the head of this household.
Oh, unfortunately, he's quite busy. As you can see, and there's people kind of walking in the street. The wedding is going on, and it's just not the best time.
Is the head of the household participating in the wedding in some capacity?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh, I'm Lady Ariel.
Very nice. And she looks at you kind of quizzically. Lady Muriel.
It's like a giant 10-foot man troll.
Yes, Lady Muriel. I can certainly tell him that you were calling, but he is in meetings, and he is involved in the wedding.
Is there a next of kin, perhaps the firstborn son that I could speak to?
What is this in regards to, Mrs. Tyrael? Was it?
This is in regards to the wedding. We are putting on a performance. I don't know if you've heard of us, the Blue Cloaks. It's quite a special event, and part of our contract is to get involved in people in the town, get them involved. And so I'd like to speak with at least someone who has some control in the Wheat family.
So, yeah, roll me a character charisma roll of some sort.
Well, son of a bitch. Let's see.
Persuasion
All negative ones to
seems-
charisma.
Persuasion seems to be the best. Okay,
Yeah.
performance. Yeah. You try to make a theatrical mess of this.
Yes.
And she's like, you're. I don't know you, and today's too special a day for this nonsense, Lady Tyrio.
Okay, it's Lady Muriel, thank you, but
Muriel, yes, Lady Muriel.
I'll say
have
if you
enough
were
time for this.
if you were in my realm, not exactly sure where I am. That's might sound weird to your commoner ears, but
No, this is starting to add up.
I would you would be hanged for saying such a thing about me.
And at mention of being hanged, she closes the door promptly.
Yeah, I figured that's what I was getting anyway.
Back over at the tavern's house. Yes, he takes out the contract and he shows it to the hobgoblin. Since he seems to be the one reading out of a book at least, and he doesn't want anything to do with Tiny.
Yeah, I seem to be a little busy at the moment.
I'm sorry.
Let me take a look at that, please.
Sure. So he hands the contract over to the drow. Hobgoblin, is there something that you'd like to do?
How long does it take me to comprehend all of the spells that I have known and prepared?
Yeah, so the ones that
If
you have
you-
prepared, and even the ones that you're known, kind of, it's weird. Innately, you kind of know and have a feeling for the spells. You see, you look at your spell book and you see the things that are not prepared, and the things that you already have prepared, and you're like, this is weird, but I know these things, and you almost kind of start saying some of the spells in your head, and you're like, wow, I can't believe that I know these things.
All right. I would like to take a look at the other book in my inventory, the Book of Lore that you have listed.
Sure.
What roughly is the lore that it is discussing? And does it say anything about a necklace?
So the Book of Lore, is this information you'd share with the group, or is this something that you just want to know?
This is not something I would necessarily share with the group out loud right away.
Okay. So yes, while I'm doing that, Tiny, you see the old man give the contract over to the drow, just because you scared him half to death. So what would you like to do?
Did the other party member left stuff in the room?
So all three of you guys are in the same room, yes. You guys are still kind of at that main kitchen table.
I'm gonna go to the room and look for anything that would explain why I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Being a cat inside a bear.
Yeah, you can roll me something that makes sense.
Let's go for acrobatics. Nah, doesn't work. Let's do perception, maybe. We'll do perception or investigation.
Sure, whatever you think is will work. Yeah, so you go back upstairs and you look really hard, and this looks like nothing that you saw last night, and you don't see anything that tips you off to where you are. You don't even know if this is technically the same area.
Then I'll go back down and ask the drow, what is this contract about?
Yeah. So over to the drow.
So she's wincing and it's in reading and first trying to see if there's like their signatures, if there's like names on it, so they know who they're supposed to be.
Um. Yeah. You notice weird signatures. You wouldn't.
Know
They're
who's
just
who, but
names.
yeah.
Yeah. They're just random names to you. And since you don't know the names on there, you see kind of the Blue Cloak group in very kind of fancy calligraphy at the bottom. You kind of take it upon yourself that you can, name yourself or make up names for yourselves as you see fit.
Well, she'll tell everyone the names that are there.
Sure. What are the names that are there?
Well, I went with Sidhe for her.
Sure.
I don't know what everyone else wanted. Tiny hard head, I guess was the other one.
So she's just like reading these names off, and you guys are like all cringing as you hear them, right? So I'm Sid Hay. You assume you're just picking a name that you think fits out of the signatures you see. You point to the tall one. He's obviously tiny. What about for the hobgoblin? Is the hobgoblin, has it been named? No. So that's not a refusal. So you get to name the hobgoblin since I hadn't.
I'll allow it.
Is there
Trigger.
I was like, is there anything?
Gotta be on the spot. 5, 4.
What?
3.
What am I doing?
Pick a name. Pick a name. 2.
You are naming my body.
You're naming this character. Yes, this character. A hobgoblin.
Halgor.
Wizard. Okay, there it is.
What's the name?
Halgor.
Al Gore. Sure.
Such a great
All
name.
right. So Tiny Sidhe and Al Gore are sitting around. Oh, it's Hal Gore, not Al Gore.
Yes.
Nope, it's too late. It's Al Gore.
I kind of like Al Gore better.
Just like the president.
I'm going to split the difference and put an E at the end of it.
I'm taking off the H. Unless the H is silent.
Move the H. Just move the H.
The H
I like it.
The H is silent. We'll keep it like there. So Al Gore and Sidhe and Tiny are in this room, and she's just kind of rattling off the names. Is there any other information you'd like to glean from this contract?
Does it say what kind of performance they're supposed to do?
It just says general performance.
That is not a good contract. Well, I mean, according to this, we could pretty much do whatever the hell we want, but I'd rather try to figure out how to get back home, or like how we got here in the first place.
And as he sees you wincing at like general performance, he's like, "Yeah, when we were signing, I'd asked about, what general performance meant, but apparently it's a trade secret, and you told me not to worry because if it was a bad performance, you guys couldn't get any work. So that sounds solid logic to me. So I signed right away. Paid a pretty penny for you guys. And the second half of that money is coming once you guys complete the performance. And if you look at down there, it says it's merit-based, which I appreciate. And you do see some clauses, minimum was like 15 gold, and the maximum based on performance was 100 gold each.
Well, thank you very much for letting us see this and getting
Yes,
our minds in order again.
I'm a businessman myself, so I understand contracts, and he's tapping on the contract. Contracts are the bread and butter of business. I appreciate your thoroughness.
It's just like mentally like thoroughness. Kind
All
of looks
right.
at the other two like, well, we got time before we're supposed to perform. What should you think we should be doing right now?
Preparing.
All right. 8:45 rolls around. What's the lady up to?
Yeah, the lady is just like really wants to get out of this disgusting body that she is currently stuck in. And so she's just gonna keep stomping around. Oh, just a quick note. OOC note, Craig. What are you going to be particularly picky about what I turn into?
Within reason.
No, sure, but I mean, like, it's just like sort of understood that I've seen like horses and birds. And
Yeah, totally.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so I guess I'm gonna go to the Weed family.
Okay. Yeah. So they're right next door.
Sure.
So it doesn't take any time, and you walk up, and the door's open, and there's people going in and out of this house.
I just walk in.
Yeah, you're unmolested.
That's what I like to hear.
And people are whizzing by you, pun intended, with chairs, with tables, and whatnot.
Does it seem like they're moving the chairs and tables in, or they're moving the chairs and tables out?
Oh, definitely out.
Okay.
Definitely out. And down this, you can almost like a caravan.
I see. All right. So So how, just generally, how is the house like laid out? Are they moving it from like a kitchen area, or like maybe like a large dining hall that they have there? Are they like giant houses, like huge mansions? Are they like sort of?
Yeah. So this is a very like almost like a row house, but a farmhouse. It's like a double-decker row farm. It's really kind of a weird construction, very unique to this area, and to the picture. So it's just very long. There's a lot of ground cover, so they had space. So there seems to be a second floor, but it's very minimal. A lot of stuff is on that.
Okay, so I just sort of like mill about looking for the individual who seems to be ordering the operations here.
Yeah, and again, what's your passive?
22.
Oh, so you like pick it out. Like you can just see from like the order and people pointing, you just kind of pick it up. You definitely see this very kind of militaristic lady with a very tight bun, dressed up in a very elegant black dress that seems also to be movable. And she is definitely ordering everyone around. But she's also kind of, you can also pick up that she's very rushed and, let's say, upset, but she is miffed.
Okay.
That seems to be kind of like her general setting.
Sure, that seems to be exactly the kind of person that I want to interact with such low charisma. So I'm going to go for it.
Sure.
So I walk up to her as she, I guess, is like ordering servants and other people around, and I say, excuse me, madam, you seem to be the person I'd like to speak with.
Yes, who are you? I have lots to do.
Sure, my name is Muriel.
No, I said down that way. Yes, Tyrael. What is it you need?
Okay, well, it's definitely Muriel, but I appreciate it. Pretty close.
To the point. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. So what? Well, first, before we get into that, you seem to be a bit perturbed. Is there something that perhaps?
The larger decanter. Yes, that one. What? What, Tyrael?
Yes. So, I am in town. I'm actually putting on a show, if you will, for your daughter's wedding.
My daughter? No. Not my daughter. But is there a point to this?
Not your daughter. Oh, whose daughter? You seem like a young lady who has a young marriage-age daughter.
I am not that eld, thank you. And if you don't know who you're performing for, I can't help you. I have many things to do today.
No, I am performing.
This is all.
No, I know who I'm performing for, but I mean the point of the performance. I mean, we really like to get into our performances. We'd like to get to know the people. We like to incorporate their lives into our performance. I mean, it's a whole thing. So if you could just point me in the direction of
Can
the
you
bride,
just bother someone else with your D10 busy?
I
The
will happily.
chairs go with the table.
Well,
Don't know
I will
why I hired
happily
that
bother
girl.
someone else with my
God.
performances. Could you just point me in the direction of the bride, please?
No one sees the bride on the wedding day.
No, I'm sorry.
You
The
know
contract that I read says that I must speak with the bride. So I think you can understand that.
I don't
Point me in
know
the
what
general direction of the bride. I will be on my way.
Well, whoever's contract that you signed, you need to take it up with them. But certainly not with me. I would sign no such thing on a wedding day. Ha! Now, if you excuse me, and she storms off.
Son of a bitch.
Okay. Hobgoblin. The wizard. Is he in the book?
Yeah, the wizard is in the book. The wizard is looking between the book and a scrap of paper. Fellow blue cloaks, can we retire for a moment?
What's up?
I said, can we retire for a moment? And the hobgoblin is going to walk upstairs to the room.
He will be followed.
Just by the drow?
Silk, are you coming along?
Are you on mute?
Who's on mute?
There you go.
I'm on mute?
We hear you now. Are you following us?
Yeah, I'm following you guys.
Onward.
All right. I show the two people that followed me the note that I found in my pocket and the book explaining what that the page that I had open. I found this note in my pocket. It says, once you get the necklace, make sure it's the one of the legends. It's worth a fortune to the right buyer, who I happen to have. We are going to be rich. She will be wearing it at the wedding. Now, I don't know what I'm here for, but I know what this body is here for. Do any of you have any secrets that you might have found out about your new selves?
Frigga had gone looking through stuff earlier. Did she find anything interesting? Oh.
Just about?
Like she had gone through all of Sidhei's things. Was there anything interesting in there that would corroborate any of this? Or add to any of this? So...
Sorry, there's some investigation going on.
She's rummaging, so rummaging through stuff. She finally sticks her hands in her pockets, and she has a note as well. And She keeps like shoving the glasses on her face up closer to her eyes. It's like, you only have a couple of chances to get the mark, her house and at the wedding. If there are any other opportunities or information, your contact Goodfellow will let you know. He will meet you at the tavern the day of the wedding between 10 and 12. Good luck. Ugh,
So we're a band of thieves,
apparently.
apparently.
I like it.
Yeah, but that don't answer nothing about why we're here.
I didn't hear him. Dave, what did you say?
The Tiny says, I like it. After the mention of being thieves.
Yeah, sure. Like we have the opportunity to have a little fun here. And I am working off a hunch here, but I get the feeling that we are out of time. I get the feeling that we are moved backwards to a point in the past. If we take these things and hide them in the town, there's a possibility that when we return to our own time and our own place, they will still be there.
You mean that necklace thing?
I mean, that necklace thing. And it is a wedding. We may find other valuable things. Just saying. If we're already here to do evil, and those
Yeah, but
acts
why do
may
we
have no
gotta?
consequences.
I mean, there's always consequences. I mean, so
Not necessarily for us. As long as we don't die, I'm sure we'll be fine.
yeah, but like, I mean, okay, these people ain't the greatest people, but I mean, say like he said, your note said something about the necklace being powerful, right? What if like that necklace is what destroyed this whole place? What if we do that and kill everybody here?
Then it has already happened.
I don't want to be the one to do it. Do you?
But
So you're upstairs. I'm going to interject for 2 seconds during this conversation.
sure.
And Ash is just writhing around in his body, obviously just in pain. And he's trying to, rest it off. And he hands you guys a note that he had in his pocket. And it read, "The Blue Cloak group will arrive at 3 p.m. at the crossroads right outside of the town. That is the only chance you have at getting them. Once you get into the city, you are to act as the entertainers, drawing attention to yourself in a positive way. I'll meet you at the rendezvous point after the mission is done."
Well, that explains why I don't see any instruments in our equipment. We're not performers.
We're not performers, but we're supposed to perform tonight. How are we going to do that?
We're not. Or we're going to have to wing it or something. Put on a different show. These people are here to do something, and if we weren't here, they would have found a way to do it. I think we have two choices: carry out their mission or simply leave. Simply lie our way out of our contract. I don't see that there would be many consequences from us having some fun here.
Then I need to find Ergy, ergy.
Hurdy-gurdy. Sure.
I mean, technically, he does know how to play that. um. I mean, I could have done something with swords, but I'm pretty sure this body couldn't even pick one up. Kind of looks down at it in disgust. But what does Grognak look like currently?
Yeah. So I can give you a full description as he's laying there, just kind of sick. Grognak is also kind of frail, but has a decent frame. Is a certainly a tiefling, has horns coming out, but is a little bit darker than your normal tiefling. Where normal tieflings are very kind of reddish. This he's very maroon, almost black, um, very dark skin for a tiefling. And you notice some of the same types of tattoos or markings on Ash as you see on yourself, uh, Sidhay. And not only that, he does seem to be the only one of the major differences though is that he is decked out in a full kind of fighter's uniform. But you get the sense that he's more like you than tiny.
So, do we all have tattoos? I mean, how does that work on a drow?
I mean, there are certain tattoos. I mean, some inks last on any body, but it seems like the matching tattoos, and you two are the only ones that have matching tattoos in the same area.
I also have a note, guys. I bring it out. It says, make sure the job gets done at any cost. The rest of the groups are contractors. You are the muscle for our group. Once you get the merchandise, get the fuck out. How do you guys react to what I just said?
Let's take one big step away from the bugbear.
Should probably find Muriel before she, I don't know, gets herself arrested or something. I don't really trust her out there for too long.
That's a wonderful idea.
All right, so we'll go.
Should we meet up with this Goodfellow guy?
We'll progress to 9 o'clock. So, Muriel, you've been kind of wandering, trying to get the 411 in this town for the last 45 minutes to an hour. What are you doing now?
Craig, did it seem like when I was in the Weed family home that anyone was going up or down the stairs?
Yeah, there are people going up and down stairs. But there were.
Sorry, did you say something? They were what? Oh. Oh, whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
On the map, I forgot. So this is kind of the layout, and you can see why there were lots of chairs and tables and stuff moving. It seems like there was going to be a reception for a group of people, and there are tons of people moving in and out. You also do notice with your incredibly high perception that there are some things that don't look like the others. There's this red dragon kind of warrior, half dragon warrior on the porch as you kind of came in and out. And there's some other shady looking people inside the house. You can't really tell about this. So if you would like, I'm actually going to go ahead and drag you here. And you kind of came in, and you approach this woman here. Actually, you'd be more center of the house, just talking to this woman who seemed to be the one telling everyone what to do.
Okay, so did it seem like did it seem like all right? I'll just tell you what I want to do, and you can tell me whether this is a thing or not. Did it seem like that people were like going? Maybe the bride would be upstairs, like from the ongoings in the house. Were any like servants running upstairs with like a wedding dress or like wedding attire at all, or?
There was no wedding attire, but you kind of reach that natural conclusion, I would think. You pick up your Sherlock Holmes like clues, and you might infer that she's upstairs.
Okay, I'd like to go upstairs.
All right, and you seem that you're not necessarily stopped as you make your way up the stairs. But when you get to the top of the stairs, up here. When you get to the top of the stairs, you get stopped. And who are you?
Hi, I'm Muriel.
Muriel. And he looks on a clipboard, and he looks down. Muriel. No, Muriel. Please go back downstairs and enjoy your time.
But what? I was instructed to come up here and speak with the bride.
Sorry, not on the list.
Okay, I was told to come up here. Can we make an exception?
Who told you?
I don't remember her name. Not commoner, but I mean the woman down there screaming at everyone. Do you want her to come up here and scream at you?
No, but you're not on list. And
Yeah, but well, here are your options. You can either do her bidding, or I can send her up here, and I mean it'll probably be the stockades for you.
I don't want that.
The mood that she's in.
You're not on the list. I can't do anything. If you have to send her up, so be it.
You all are very difficult. Okay, I tried to just I put my giant hand on his shoulder. And say, look, it will just be a few minutes. I'm preparing for the performance this evening. I was instructed to speak with the bride. I promise it will be quick. No one will know.
And you reaching out and putting your hand on him.
Yeah, gently though, not like in an aggressive way.
Yeah, he instinctively starts reaching for his weapon.
Okay, I pull my hand back. Like as he does that, as I see him start to get like antsy, I stop.
I have a job. You have a job. Let me do my job.
Yes,
please.
But you are impeding my job. That's the whole point.
I understand. If you need to go get to her, please do so.
Ugh, oof. Okay. All right, I guess I wander back to I try to find the rest of the group.
Sure. So you take the next 15 minutes to walk back to the group.
Sure.
And as you do.
Oh, can I like see if I have a note too? I guess that probably makes sense.
Sure. I'm going to go back to here and move on to the hobgoblin.
We are trying to find also the Firbolg. Or I am trying to find the Firbolg.
Sure. So what are you guys going to do to find said Firbolg?
Go outside, look around, wince at the sun. Kind of look out for chaos.
Hey, I resent that. I'm not playing Ram anymore, guys.
No,
come on.
But Her personality is enough to make things go horribly wrong.
Did I lost you guys?
Hey, buddy. We got you. David. We got you, buddy, if you were looking for us. So yeah, I mean, not right away. You don't see him, but if you guys are patient enough, he'll show up. You might think that he might show up, but you don't quite know. He did just kind of take off and said that he was headed to the Devilweed family.
I don't know. I'm just
maybe
I just start asking around for a 10-foot tall half giant looking dude with a stick.
Sure, you guys do so, and right toward the quarter hour, you end up seeing this very large Furborg.
Furbolg.
Yeah, how do you
Whatever
pronounce that?
is.
That's a good question.
Furbolg.
Who knows?
Okay.
There you go.
Yep, I'm here. Oh, good to see you all again. I say reluctantly.
Y'all didn't get yourself in trouble now, did you?
Since when do I get myself in trouble?
Since always.
Me? No.
Since you're a little elf and a giant guy.
Okay, that indeed is a fair point. I am a little elf trying to get out of a big giant guy, to be fair.
Well, I'm trying to get out of a little elf, so let's work together on that, please, and not wander off in the middle of nowhere. I mean, we kind of figured something out you probably should know.
Well, you all were just standing around eating breakfast, and I needed to do something to get out of this giant body. It's disgusting. Look at me. I look like a commoner.
Do you have a note?
Why?
We all have notes. Check your pockets.
Well, what do your notes say?
Things we cannot repeat in public. Private orders. Do you have a note, yes or no?
I may.
Then let us retire to our chambers and discuss.
Quietly, please.
I don't think it's worth doing. My note doesn't say very much.
May I see it?
And during all of this, Sid Hay points to points to the lady and says, "Oh, by the way, your name is
Muriel. My name is Muriel.
Not you, him.
The lady didn't go over very well, so I just removed it. I'm Muriel.
And by some strange coincidence, because of lack of
bus.
No, come on! I've already told people I'm Muriel.
By lack of anyone else jumping at the chance, the name is stuck.
Praise God.
Yes, you're Muriel, but he, and I motion up and down the 10-foot tall motherfucker, is Grilbus.
Is Muriel. I've already informed 2 families that my name is Muriel.
And they don't give a shit, I'm sure.
No, I am very well acquainted with them.
You're not Muriel here. You're Grilbus.
I understand.
Get used to it. Hopefully
but I will
not for very long.
There'll be another chance for a naming if Joe jumps on. And Athy, I am looking at you for all names.
What's his race again?
Joe's is a lizard folk.
Oh.
He's a giant lizard.
Something with a lot of S's.
You have at least an hour to think of it. Something. So, yes, continue the conversation. I'm sorry about the note.
It's okay. Look, it's not worth discussing my note, to be quite frank. There's not much there.
Ours are worth discussing, so let's discuss it in private, please.
We're wasting time.
No, you're wasting time. If we put 4 heads on this, We'll get home faster.
But my head is all the way up here. Okay, fine. I'll follow you guys.
I was gonna say, Frigga's gonna get behind her and just shove.
No. I'll follow. I was just teasing. I'll follow.
So yeah, you guys.
She's hating being not strong.
Very weak, in fact.
I'm a giant.
She's extra weak.
Good luck pushing me.
So you guys get upstairs and conversate.
I share what my note says.
I tell them what my note says, and that is, I say, look, so apparently there's a boy, and his family is the one who, I guess, hired us or something? I don't know. But we should not implicate his family, according to my note.
Which family's that?
I don't know, the boy's family.
The groom's family, presumably?
It literally says, the boy's family. Is the groom a boy? Or a man?
Depends on the viewer who wrote that. We don't know who wrote that.
Also true. I assume we'll find that out as the day progresses. Keep your eye out for little boys.
Oh my god.
Gross. Okay. But, so we're supposed to be getting a necklace thing. Somehow. But...
And I'm supposed to leave you guys hanging.
I mean, I know you guys think it's a good idea to do this, but how's that gonna help us get home?
I mean, I am no thief. I just buy whatever I want.
Well, you can't right now, can you?
I mean, I probably could.
With what?
I don't know. My magic money?
And
I don't know.
Checks her pockets, and she knows it's kind of not worthwhile because she's perceiving all things right now, like, through almost space and time.
Craig,
and she knows she does not have money.
Craig, you're so brutal right now. Yeah, I like, you could see as I sort of like put my hands in where my coin purse usually is, like my face just drops. Well, we'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Look, I think, first of all, that this book, and I show him the lore book that I have to the page with the necklace. Now, it says the necklace is mystical and magical and important. It's a little fuzzy on exactly what that fucking means.
Well, I will volunteer.
It's possible that the necklace could send us home.
I mean, I will volunteer to wear it. It's very beautiful.
It could also destroy everything, like how we found this place.
We didn't find it destroyed. We found it... Didn't you say it was abandoned? DM, would you say it was destroyed or abandoned?
So the part of the town that you guys were in seemed run down and abandoned. You didn't get a good look at the rest of the town, or if there was the rest of the town. You just that section that you guys were in didn't seem. It seemed like the best place to be, but it didn't seem like it was well kept.
Either way, people just don't go away. I mean, look at this town. This is like a nice sized town. They got money. They got crops and stuff. And where we stayed looked like it was like long abandoned.
Towns die sometimes. I've seen it before. I have a thought, if you indulge me. I would like to go downstairs, just find the barkeep or tavern owner that we were talking to before.
Tavern owner, sure.
Sir, what
He
year is
happens
it?
he happens to be bringing up some wood to patch the hole that Tiny barged in, punched into the hole of the wall. What year? And he mentions a year, not like it does you any good. But I guess from your recollection, it would be before, certainly before the time that you guys are. So
Okay,
about
so it's
40
definitely
to 60 years. 40 to 60
Okay.
years before your time.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's the drink, you know.
Oh,
Hits me
I
hard.
know, and we'll be drinking a lot tonight, eh?
I look forward to it. I might have to ask you again tomorrow.
Oh, you guys are sure funny. That you guys never said that you were a comedy act.
We have many surprises.
I bet.
Ta-ta for now. I go back upstairs. Yep, we're 40 to 60 years in the past right now, by the way. What can we
Let's
do
go
with
right in the
this?
middle. Let's say 52 years in the past.
I like that. Look, I'd like to do something. Although, we could just wait here and do nothing and hope that doing nothing lets us just go home. But I think we were put here by the powers that be to ensure that something happens. And since it has already happened in our time, I think we need to ensure that the natural progression of things that have happened, things that have already come to pass. Am I making any sense, or am I just speaking gibberish?
But what if we were here to put? We were put here to save them, to stop that from happening.
Well, then I hope we get some sign that tells us what to do. Because
I ain't
every
a thief.
fiber of my...
I wouldn't know the first thing about stealing stuff.
I understand that. But Sid Hayes certainly does.
Well, I personally don't know how to ask her.
I don't know either. What I do know is my faith is rarely tested in such ways. I choose to believe that we were put here by higher powers to do one thing or the other. And I am being pointed in the direction that we are to steal this necklace. Perhaps not to bring it to where it's supposed to go, where our bodies were supposed to bring it, but perhaps I don't know. I've lost my train of thought.
Guys, unfortunately, my internet is really bad tonight. I can barely hear you guys. It keeps on cutting up. I think I'm gonna have to let go of tonight's session, unfortunately.
Aw, damn it.
Oh, David. Sorry, buddy.
Not sure what you said, but I think it was okay. Sorry,
All right,
guys.
buddy.
Tiny's gonna have to happen another day. I'll come back maybe half an hour, see if it's better.
Okay. Well, we'll be here. Okay, and so the Intrepid 3 soldier on.
So, there's been much talk. What is the plan?
Right now, I think the best plan is to figure out how to perform at a wedding.
Well, I could turn into a horse.
I can turn into a few things, but none of those are terribly musical, as the contract suggests.
Well, the contract suggests music, does it?
Did it?
The contract didn't suggest anything. It was just a performance.
Oh, I'm mistaken.
I mean, they really talk this guy in circles if it's left open to interpretation about what we're supposed to do. I think I got some kind of magic, but I ain't a magic-y person, so I ain't sure what's gonna happen if I try to do something.
Understood. Well, there's a lot of time between now and the wedding. Maybe we should. I mean, does anyone play an instrument? I mean, I would hate to
Silky does.
go procure them and then fail miserably.
Silky can play a hurdy-gurdy.
Okay, I have no idea what that is.
I am able to play a lute, but I don't know. Something about this body suggests that I might not be as proficient at it.
Yes, that body does not look like a lute-playing body.
Excuse you.
That muscle memory doesn't seem to be there.
Exactly what I thought.
Of playing a lute. As you're thinking about playing a lute and almost trying to move your fingers, it just doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem coordinated. You're definitely not proficient in it.
I mean, I can't play nothing. Can't sing much neither.
Right. So what are we gonna do? It seems like we have several hours before the performance. We can't play instruments. We can't sing. I can turn into some animals. Perhaps that will liven things up.
I made a cup levitate at breakfast.
Okay, so she can make something levitate. Can you make a horse levitate?
I don't know. I ain't never done this before.
Okay, try to make me levitate. I'm approximately double the size of a horse. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm about the weight of a horse. I don't know. Pick me up.
Definitely not. You're not the weight of a horse.
Okay, pick me up.
Okay, so she's gonna try Mage Hand, and I think just like your belt buckle starts like moving about and like trying to lift, but that's about as much.
Yeah, you feel your hair getting pushed up. That's about it.
Stuff's getting shoved, but you're not going.
Yeah.
Well, that simply won't do. Let's see. So she can't pick up a horse. Can you shoot fireworks or something out of your fingers?
She lifts her hand, and it starts electrocuting. Like, well, at least that's familiar. But it's not really shooting anywhere.
Oh, God. Maybe we could get some actual fireworks, and she could just shoot. Are you a man or a woman? Drow?
Drow.
Sid Hay.
She's a drow.
Sid Hay is
Okay.
Is a drow.
ambiguous.
Okay, so maybe you there thing. Maybe we can get some actual fireworks. You can just shoot them off with your little spark hand.
I can do this, and I cast a little prestidigitation, just like sparkles.
Yeah, but we need that like much bigger, much
Yes,
bigger.
I know.
Okay, so you could do that. I could be a majestic horse,
Might be able to do that.
and then maybe we get some fireworks and have the drow creature thing shoot them off in the background. That sounds like a pretty great performance to me.
I mean, she tries. Like, she has prestidigitation too. It's just getting in contact with all those spells. You're getting poof, 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 firebolt.
You're getting the greatest firework display ever created by anything, as long as you are like 6 inches tall.
Yikes!
So the firebolt just like whizzes by, like whoops.
The command of the sparkles off the fingertips is majestic. However, it is very small scale.
That will not do.
Maybe I could lift things that ain't you.
I mean, what
smaller
things? What kind of performance requires the lifting of an item that's like 2 inches tall?
When you ain't using your hands, it's pretty cool.
Heyo. My best advice is that perhaps we try to procure some fireworks or something. Any better plans?
Think a place like this got stuff like that?
We could certainly ask around. It couldn't hurt. We're sort of... Doesn't seem like we have much else going for us at this point.
And at that, you hear the tavern guy says, "It's about 9:30. I gotta start heading over to work. I'll if you guys aren't done and use the room, I'll come repair the door a little bit later. Okay?"
Excuse me, sir.
Sure.
Proprietor.
Yes.
Dad, whatever your name was.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't remember my name. You could just call me by my last name. Everybody does. It's God.
It's God? God,
No,
can I?
Ammunitor.
What?
Hold on. It's also the name of the bar.
Great.
A monitor.
A monitor, okay.
Yes, everyone calls me a monitor.
Okay, well, that's an interesting name you have there, sir.
Family name.
Did your family raise minotaurs or something? What is the...
Not quite.
All right, close.
It says that we're from, the story goes that, somewhere down the line, my great grandfather was slept with a goddess, and our line is from that offspring. But I have no control over that.
Yeah, clearly not. You're here running a tavern.
The name is stuck though. It's unusual, a cool name. Not that weird of a name, but you hear it. You hear it every now and then, and it's a cool name.
Sure,
like
keep telling yourself that, sir. So,
it rolls off the tongue, a monitor.
It rolls off the tongue. Sir, is there a general store in this area?
Sure is.
Have you been able... I mean, you are proprietor of a nice establishment. Have you ever had fireworks at any of your parties?
Fireworks at my parties? Well, that's some high end stuff, but I don't know if they keep it in stock. You can check. It might be for the wedding. You never know.
Is there like
what you want to do? What you want to do is go down the road, toward this town, and then it'll be on your left hand side, just past that open area over there on the left-hand side. It's kind of catty corner almost.
So would you say that if I was looking for fireworks, the general store would be the best place to look, or is perhaps there a different place in town that may...
Oh, yeah, no, that's called the general store. I just didn't know if you knew the names. I know you've forgotten a lot of stuff. I just wanted to give you an easy kind of landmark.
Oh,
But yeah,
I
the
appreciate
general store is the best place.
Okay. Also, I heard tale that you have some sort of a shipping center here.
Yeah, sure.
What is your import export situation? I mean, what do you typically bring in? Just typical stuff or anything?
The main exports of the town are, wheat, soy, and unfortunately that devil weed stuff. But it keeps our economy going. Some people call us the breadbasket of our land here. We got we're sitting on some good old property, and it is rich earth
So
here in
mostly for
the middle
shipping out,
province.
not really much shipping in.
Yeah, we ship out, we get payments, but we're pretty proficient.
Okay, so lots of exports, not many imports.
Yeah, that's we have a positive export rate.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, our GDP is right up there.
That's wonderful. I'm very proud of you, Dad.
I'm on a tour. Just get used to it. It rolls right off the tongue.
Yes, certainly. And what
You
did
could
you
just
say?
call
And
me.
what did you say that you did?
You
Well,
could just call me Al if that makes it easier.
Yeah, probably. Al, what did you say you did?
I own the tavern down the road.
Oh, so you're going to work at the tavern.
Yeah, it's my tavern.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you for thank you. You've been very helpful.
Of course. Just calling all good old Al a monitor. Not a made-up name at all.
No, that seems very planned, Al. It doesn't seem like you were an accident to your parents at all.
What the fuck?
Seems like they planned that one out real well.
Habo.
Since
This very awkward conversation's going on. Did you jump in or figure out something else?
General store?
Ben?
I'm just thinking. I have no thought. I have no plans. I'm just very confused by everything. Just I'm in a crisis of faith right now.
All right,
What about
Lady
you,
Muriel.
Sid?
Lady Muriel starts to walk toward the general store.
All right, fair enough. Sid, hey.
She's just shaking her head through that entire conversation. But,
And Muriel starts walking off as she's wont to do.
So we'll follow her for now. That guy we're
see,
supposed to meet.
I'll follow too.
That guy we're supposed to meet is going to be at the tavern soon. I mean, if we're going to do this, we might as well meet whatever contact we're supposed to have, right?
Sure. OC, what time was he supposed to be there?
Between 10 and 12.
Oh, okay. So we have that's a big window. Okay, well, yeah, we could probably go to the general store and then head over to the tavern. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do we have any money at all?
Yeah, I have like 5 gold.
Oh, I may not have put money in your pocket. I apologize.
Oh, I have some. Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Looking would have been smart. Okay.
You should have some.
And our friend here, pointing to whatever. Who is it? Al Gore? Whatever Al Gore is.
Yeah, Al Gore.
Whatever Al Gore is, he seems to be inclined to steal things. Perhaps I'm pretty sure we could figure out how to get whatever we want.
I'm no thief, but
Well, you sure sounded like one back there.
No, all I'm saying is perhaps taking the item is the answer. Taking the item gets us home.
Yes. Except for you,
proficiency in those things.
Taking the item, and anything else we want, I believe, is sort of the exact words that you used. But it's okay. Thieves are, professions. It's a profession, I guess. I don't know.
So as you guys are having this conversation, you guys end up at the general store. It's a general store. It has items that are of a general nature.
Is anyone good at talking to people?
Definitively not.
Yes, me neither. Clearly.
Frigga's been the voice of the group, even if she's not good at it, so...
So I sort of like put my big like paw, like hand behind you, and sort of like shove you forward a little bit, like just push your little body forward. Just say like, look, get us some fireworks.
Okay. So she's gonna look around for a patron of some sort.
Yeah, there's a nice middle-aged woman behind the counter, and there seems to be a similarly old another being of some race undetermined manning the shelves, putting stuff back and helping the one customer that's in there. She greets you guys as you come in. Hello!
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning!
Got a question for you.
Yes.
You don't happen to stock like fireworks or anything like that here, do you? I mean, we got a performance later on, and the stuff we had got a bit messed up. I was hoping we could replace some of it if possible.
We don't usually keep new fireworks. It's not a very hot selling item around here. Let me ask my husband. Husband! And he comes over, and she explains the situation. And he says, well, I might have a box there in the back. Just give me one moment. And he disappears and comes back, and sure enough, he has a box of miscellaneous fireworks, but they look old. It's been a while since we bought any. But you can, have these for, I don't know, let's say 1 gold piece. Since they're exotic and the occasion and all.
She'll rummage around in her pockets and pull out a gold piece. She'll pull out 2 even.
All right, and you have in your possession 20 pieces of assorted fireworks.
I will. I'll carry it, because I can carry anything basically. I'm like a giant pack mule.
Thank you very much, sir.
Of course, pleasure doing business with y'all. Hope you have fun at the wedding. Of course, that's why you're here, right? I didn't recognize your faces.
That's exactly why we're here.
Oh, are you friends of the groom's? I know he's a fancy lord.
We were hired to perform for everybody.
Oh, happy day. Could you perhaps give us a little preview? It's not very often we get performers in this town.
I said, oh, you allow fireworks to be shot off in your straw roofed store?
So, calm down, Grill Bus. It's for later. Don't worry. And she'll reach up and like pat his arm. He gets excited when the fireworks come out.
Oh, okay. I was hoping you weren't dependent on our fireworks for your show.
Nah, we ain't dependent on them. They're a hopeful backup, maybe. Last resort kind of thing. But
okay.
She'll make the little fingers just wave her hand and like make the little finger sparkles. I mean, we got more interesting things going on.
Look at that, Ma. She's got them sparkly hands.
Jazz hands.
Oh, I've never seen sparkly hands. They're quite impressed. Can you roll me a performance?
Oh boy.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. You had like it's a late 90s rave with your hands right now. You're doing figure eights. You're doing some spinning, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff. You're nailing it. And you even get you get a clap.
And she'll bow.
Wow. How about that, Ma? I almost feel bad for selling them 2-year-old fireworks.
Don't
Anyway,
worry about it.
y'all come back now. You hear?
When we see you at the wedding, you'll see an even bigger show there.
Oh, can't wait. Can't wait. Whole town be there.
And she'll like, well, I'm gonna get these guys prepared. And she
now.
hooks her hands and like both of these big giant guys just pulls towards the door. Can we go down?
Sure.
I laugh, but allow you to pull me.
You guys take your leave, and where are you guys headed?
It could end up being like with parents and like little kids, like one on each side, just like picking her up.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Legs kicking.
Sure.
But
So where are we headed now?
Well, that went surprisingly well. Should we head to the tavern?
Can't hurt.
Yes, I think so.
All right, let's do it.
Onwards.
All right. So you guys mosey on over to the tavern, and while you're there, you can't you guys walk in, and to your amazement, the tavern is happening. There are tons of people at this establishment. I know the squares are off a little bit, but try your best.
Like, unfortunately, I don't really know what this guy looks like. We could hope maybe he knows what we look like. I mean, we kind of stand out like a sore thumb.
I think that might be a healthy assumption.
Just find is there an open table somewhere for them to chill? Or seats?
Go ahead and drag your character sheets in, or character sheets, your icons over to where you guys are going to sit and stand. You guys are currently outside, and you as you guys are walking by, you see Muriel. You see the same type of guard that you saw at the house. There on the outside of the tavern.
The dragon-y type guy?
Yeah, the dragon-y type guys. And you see some others.
Like,
and you
said they were half dragons, not dragonborn?
Yeah, they're half dragon. And you see some other, some fancy folk, some common folk, some interesting people here and there. Go ahead and take a seat where you want to. What y'all doing?
I'm just sort of gonna follow. Yeah, I'm gonna follow Frigga.
So you guys sit down at the open table, which is right next to the dancers and the singer, and Sidhe, you are shocked and appalled, but the lady in front of you, who's a dancer, it seems like she just saw your routine at the supply store, and she is doing sparkly jazz hand fingers rave dancing all over the place. And it's just a slight tad better than yours. And then there's backup dancers and someone singing, and it seems to be a very happening place for 10 a.m.
I feel like I should be offended, but I mostly don't care.
I make eye contact with her and give her prestidigitation finger guns. Just like pew pew.
She's definitely into it, and she goes, "Oh," she puts her hands on her chest as you shoot her, and she incorporates that into her dance and her rhythmic movement, and she pumps herself back up to life and starts dancing again. Gives you a wink and finger gun back with her prestidigitation, and then she blows you a kiss.
Please don't make me do anything like that.
Took the bullet for you, darling. Where's this guy?
I mean, I guess we should figure out what we're doing to perform while we're here. I mean, I'm sure these guys already knew.
I mean, I'm sure we have all more powerful magics than anything they've ever seen, so
I mean, considering
I'm
how
sure
they
we'll be fine.
reacted in the store.
I am much less concerned with our impending performance than I am with which of our two diverging paths we should take. If you understand me.
One's easy.
One's easy, but it might get us stuck here forever.
I know. So we should at least focus on the not so easy one for now. At least a plan. Because I don't know how to do anything like this.
Well,
As you guys are talking, trying to figure this out, there seems to be a kerfuffle starting to happen at the front door, and you're hearing louder and louder voices.
I'll stand up.
Sure.
Okay, what are the voices saying?
It just seems like arguments. You're not allowed in here, and then just this indiscriminate yelling and snide remarks. Definitely some chauvinistic stuff happening.
Huh. Maybe I won't stand up. If they're just yelling about random things.
yeah, not my chair, not my problem.
Yeah.
I mean, are there windows or anything here? Like, this is we don't be able to see through the door area, right?
No, you're just hearing stuff.
Just in case. She's gonna get up and go and just sort of make sure she is seen in the door as she's peeking out, just in case one of those guys is the guy that's supposed to talk to them. Just sort of like look out and see what the shenanigans is happening.
And there's some shoving going on, and as that happens, these waiters that were outside serving these GTFO, and things are escalating up.
Well, I mean, half dragon.
And then fighting breaks out, surprisingly.
And neither of those guys like care whatsoever seeing her?
They may, but it doesn't seem like they're paying much attention. Do you want to do something before all this happens?
It's Frigga. She's like, what do y'all think you're doing? Just kind of like steps outside.
Step back, unless you want some too. She shouts at you.
Well, she's more like yelling at these guys, the guys that were causing the issue.
Oh, okay, yeah, no,
Not
they're
not like the dragon guys, because they could step on her.
And bandits take notice of you and is like, mind your own business, damn it. Get back in there, elf or something, whatever you are. Mind your own business.
Just raises a brow.
And they and the
Raises a dry brow.
Mm-hmm.
The Dragonborn takes this opportunity to unleash its fire breath on these creatures. And it catches the one right in front of them, nearly on fire.
She like the fire is just bright, and she kind of stumbles back. Ow! Shades are not helping that. Do you think that's a bit much?
So fighting has broken out. You see this bright light kind of from inside the tavern. The tavern's kind of dim. It's using candlelight. It's not, and just whatever from the windows, but there's definitely a dim kind of light vibe going. And then all of a sudden this bright, almost fireball-ish brightness comes out from the door, and you see take a step back, kind of guarding her. Is there something you want to do?
I mean, that's definitely going to pique my interest.
Are those two guys now dead, or?
They are not. Al Gore, you move. We're in combat, so this is not 15 minutes. So we're kind of situated on this. You guys want Dean or not? It is Al Gore's turn to do what he will. Doesn't seem like many people, anyone else, is kind of getting involved yet. Are you, Al Gore?
No.
Okay.
I'm heading over to the clearly magical fire explosion that happened.
Nice.
And they take some damage.
Frigga's rubbing her eyes like, ow.
And now, after the swords, or after the fireball, you hear for sure sounds of fighting. Metal on metal starts happening. And cursing, you son of a bitch! You'll die for that! My scimitar hungers for your blood! And these bandits looks like they're outclassed. But it doesn't seem like they are matched really for these heavily armored soldiers. Did you want to do anything today?
Not really wanting to directly interfere, because she doesn't really know what's going on. So she's kind of there, watching. But she's squishy. She doesn't have scales anymore.
Yeah.
Or a sword. Just kind of not sure what to do. But like she thinks that the dragon was kind of out of line, like that's a lot of damage, but I mean that's like shooting your breath at somebody is not like an insignificant thing, especially when you're more dragon. But she's just holding back for now.
Sure.
She's not comfortable with anything. Kind of like scoot around the corner and watch.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Muriel's the same thing. I'm sort of like watching this play out, but I'm gonna stick close to my group.
Okay. And they just kind of continue trying to hack at these bandits. Al Gore?
Oh, I want to get a closer look at this. I want to at least look through the door and watch them get dunked on.
Yeah, so that's what's happening, it seems like. So as this is going down, from behind, you feel a hand touch you today, and a soft voice whispers to you, "You do not want to be involved in this. Please, let us go talk, and talk of good fellows, yes?"
Sounds like a good idea to me. And she'll eye over to Halgor and just kind of like motion him to follow and point at the dude.
Oh, but I want to watch these assholes get killed.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, these bandits are just, they're having a tough time getting through the thick armor. The half dragon. Go ahead, today. Go ahead. You guys can start discussing, as these bandits are not going to win, and I'm not going to go through these emotions.
She'll head back with the others and sit back down. I think we're
Sure. I assume these bandits are going to lose. I'm just going to take them out of the order, and they're all happy, and they're going to go sit back down. Drinks! Drinks! They're happy with their victory, and they're demanding their drink. So yeah. So someone speaking of good fellows has approached you. So, I'm glad you made it here in one piece.
mostly got a couple people still sleeping from last night's activities.
Yes, you certainly made an impression here. Best be taking off of the drinking, though. Today is an important day, yes?
We got a wedding to perform for, of course it is.
Perform for, or perform at, or before, or during? I guess that is up to you, is it not?
Semantics.
Anyway, they said that an interesting group with blue cloaks would show up, and that I would be their missive. So, what is it that what information do you need?
We need plenty of information, but I'm not sure it's anything you can provide.
Well, it is my role to help best I can. I've been here for what seems like forever in this sleepy, dull town.
Where is the necklace now?
Well, it's on her, of course.
No pronouns. Let's not play that game. Who is she?
Well, I do not wish to bring attention to us, my friend. But it is on the bride to be.
Okay.
Candy.
I did expect that, but I wanted it confirmed. Thank you.
Yes, of course. And by the way, you're very well spoken for a hobgoblin.
I appreciate that.
It's a beautiful amulet. It's a giant blue gem, as blue as the sea. It's almost hypnotic when you look at it.
Do you know what it does?
Well, don't know what it does, but I know that it is the item for which you are here for, yes?
Yeah, but if
And that is all that matters.
yeah, but if it's somehow dangerous, we should know about it beforehand.
Well, I've not gotten that close. But I do know that she is wearing it. She hasn't taken it off. She's been seen about town a lot with it.
About how long has she been wearing it for?
Since the engagement, naturally.
Did the groom give it to her?
Well, the groom's family. The groom is
Yes.
but a boy.
How old?
Oh, don't know. He just is hitting puberty. But Candy, she's certainly a woman by now.
Why are they getting married?
I am surprised that they have not told you much.
We
You
don't
see,
know much of anything, to be honest.
oh, that is
Why
a very tall.
we're kind of uncomfortable with the situation, with the lack of information given. We were thankful to hear that you would be here. Hopefully, you could at least fill us in a little bit on what's been going on.
It seems the task of Adpar is great. Yes, I shall help as best I can. You see, the collective farming of this town has grown quite strong, quite profitable. And they have petitioned the local lord for more power. But, of course, the lord, not wanting to give it, has decided to marry off one of his lesser sons, his fourth son, in hopes of gaining control of this little sleepy hamlet. And of course, the dowry the farmers provided was great to persuade his lordship to do so. But, and this is where you come in, the necklace that they gave her is said to be of very important, maybe even magical nature. Blessed by a goddess herself. I don't know which one, but that's what they say. Anyway, you're here to make sure that you get it back. Make it look like an accident or something. The amulet is said to be worth thousands to the right buyer. A good faith show of the commitment the Lord is making to this town. But he does not want to make that commitment. You, of course, are to steal it back.
Okay. But I mean, if she's marrying into the family, ain't he technically kind of getting it back that way already?
Well, who knows how long they may be married? Accidents happen all the time.
Lady Muriel laughs louder than she should.
It's not that funny. Keep your voice down. Keep your voice down. You've already made enough of a scene last night, and I'm not to be noticed. So, how else can Akbar be helpful to you?
You could get us a necklace.
Oh, funny hobgoblin.
It's what I do.
Mm.
I don't know how we'll make it look like an accident, but we'll do our best.
Well, that is why you were hired. They say you guys are the best. I'm eager to see your work. Akbar will learn very much.
So will we.
What's that? I missed that.
Nothing. You can count on us, Akbar.
Ah, wonderful. Now, if something were to befall her, if you could make it seem like, some of the other farmers did it, that'd be okay. But otherwise, try not to kill her if you can avoid it. This is a very important wedding for everyone.
Well, murder wasn't in the job description.
To my knowledge, and Akbar has only been at this, about 2 decades or so. No one ever outlines murder, but it just kind of happens in this line of work.
Yeah, but if you want it done on purpose, that's a completely different contract.
That is true. But, some leeway is always...
We're here to get a rock, so we're gonna get a rock.
Oh, you guys are the best. They're a right to hire you.
I forget, kind of like eyeing the other two.
Now, you may want to be careful of some of the other farmers. You see, I've heard that the past flame of Candy is upset of the wedding. Of course, you can believe wasn't to be so, but that Wheat family, that son, he's gone into some sort of depression, and who knows what he's up to. But I've not heard good things. I don't know what he's up to. And of course, the soy family, their youngest boy, he must be about the same age of our lordship's son. He was hoping to marry this woman as well. It is a very tricky situation that you have stumbled in. Well, selected to join in. But I'm glad that you are here. Akbar hopes to learn very much indeed.
Well, thank you, Akbar.
He motions over a server and he puts down a drink for all of you. Please, let us drink to this wedding and the successes that you will have. And he takes his drink and he chugs it down, and expectantly waiting for you guys to do so.
I drank.
I drink.
I figure I'll drink too.
Woohoo! Let's try the new rules. Can you guys roll?
Why? It's like, weren't you the one that just told us we shouldn't be drinking?
Well, this is the celebration agreement. This is good. This cements our friendship. This is very common. Hey, everyone, can you guys roll a 1d4 with advantage? So go ahead and roll. You could roll 2d4s. You could always fail. Oh,
Just like
Al
that.
Gore.
How inconvenient.
Al Gore can't hold his liquor.
So I'll order one more. It's on me.
Sure.
Anyone? All right.
Another.
You're not that drunk yet. But you're
Fuck, you
getting
don't
tipsy.
know me.
You have advantage currently on charisma checks. So that's good. Right now. There's no... Oh, roll a 1d4, by the way. One more 1d4. 3. So you're tipsy for the next 3 hours or so. But right now that's just gaining advantage on charisma checks.
Cool.
So that's pretty fun. But go ahead and roll another 1d4.
Me?
Yeah, you. On the next drink you're drinking. All right, you're fine. So you're just tipsy for the next 3 hours. You have advantage on charisma checks.
Sweet.
And it being... Well, I should have progressed the time from the fighting. It being, I think, 10:15. Yeah, it's 10:15 now. So at 1:15, that will end.
And we're expected to perform when?
The wedding is at 1 p.m. But if you happen to complete your mission before, there's no reason for you to stick around.
Interesting.
And in fact, the tavern owner, he might be blamed for you not being here. Would cause quite the commotion.
Well, we want to cause as little commotion as possible.
Fair. See, this is why you're here. Akbar would not think of these things.
All right, Akbar, you may leave us. I appreciate your service.
Yes, of course. And he throws a smoke bomb and poof. He just walks over to his chair.
How entirely unnecessary.
I can't tell if he was joking with that or if he actually thought it made him look cool.
But it's definitely kind of foggy, and then the dancers next to you kind of use that to enhance their own show. And now, Sid, hey, your backup light show seems completely just it's worthless comparatively, because now they're doing smoke stuff with with surging lights, and it's just the whole thing.
Is it
It's
a
a great
fucking laser light show now?
It is, and they're killing it.
Well, congratulations for them. She could still levitate everyone's wine glasses if need be. What's the weight limit? I forget.
I think it's
like
5
10
to 10
pounds?
something like that. Yeah, 5 to 10 pounds.
10 pounds, yes. Like 10 pounds worth of cutlery or something and make a dance about. I don't know.
So after your conversation, it moves forward to about 10:30.
Maybe we should go somewhere less populated and talk about how we're going to do this.
So Muriel says, well, I might know where we could find the bride. Perhaps our special show could involve her more intimately than we had previously thought. Shall we involve her in some way?
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Excuse me, sirs?
Yes?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
I don't usually do this, but I happened to catch your show a couple towns over, and I just want to tell you, I'm a big fan. Big fan. And I'm looking
it's always
forward to...
wonderful to meet a fan.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you, sir.
What show
you
was
guys are
that
not.
exactly?
Oh, it was down toward near Province. You know, a couple of weeks back. I happened to be there,
What part did you
and
like best exactly?
oh, I celebrate the whole thing. The whole collection of your performance was wonderful. It was
Was there a
something special.
particular just a particular part that you were interested in, or
Well, that's I was kind of confused because I didn't see any of you in the group, but I guess you just there's just enough of y'all. I just must have missed it, so I don't know. But I, I didn't come over here to just to say that, but I wanted to say that his lordship wanted to talk to you if you'd have him talk. I mean, I'm losing what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm just so flustered. I'm just so excited to meet y'all. You know, what I mean to say is that uh oh, I forgot again. Oh, well, that's it. His lordship wants to speak with you. Uh, if you'll sit down with him, he'd appreciate that. He told me to say that you would understand why. I don't know. I just work for him, He gives me some money, but I just again want to say I'm your biggest fan. Did I say that already?
yes,
certainly did.
several times. Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Y'all wouldn't have any ink or parchment, maybe get some autographs.
I whip out an ink and parchment and just sign just an illegible, completely just
could
squiggles signature.
you sign that to Clephas?
To what?
Clephas?
Greg, you're
Clephas?
nuts.
No, you said Queefus.
No, I said Clephas.
I'm
I know it's
signing
a
it
common.
to Queefus. I'm signing it to
Oh,
Queefus.
oh. Well, I
Close
did
enough.
say Clephas, but I think I appreciate that.
Oh,
Dearest
yes.
Sir Queefus,
Very close.
may you
that's nice of y'all.
always follow your heart's desires.
Thank
Squiggle,
you.
squiggle, squiggle, squiggle.
Could you put the blue cloak group at the bottom because they may not know who you are, but if you put blue cloak group, man, I can't wait to hang this in my hut.
Wonderful.
People are gonna go crazy. You big time.
Well,
Well, I'll just sit down next to his lordship, and y'all just come on through when you want to.
sure. Where is that exactly?
Oh, we by the door over yonder.
Oh, of this establishment. Okay.
Yeah. What'd you think? I know you guys funny.
Cleefus,
Yeah, yes.
would you like to know a trade secret?
Oh,
Since you
Oh.
are our biggest fan.
could you please let me behind that curtain? I was always wanting to be a performer. I was always better at hitting things than I was, with the tricks. I used to push nerds like y'all, but now I see why I was wrong.
Oh,
And I wouldn't push you in the mud. Not you.
I appreciate that. That's nice. Nice
Yeah.
of you to say. Well, the
Well-
secret is we almost always perform in disguise, and I cast Alter Self, and I look like a redheaded wood elf.
Oh my gosh! I ain't never seen anything like that. I didn't see that at the last show. Y'all gonna do that this time again?
Oh,
Well,
we never
Can
performed
you
the
do
same
any
show
shape?
twice, darling.
Could you change yourself into a unicorn? I love unicorn.
I can't.
No?
Some of us might be able to.
Oh,
That's a secret for
man.
another time, darling.
I wink at him.
It's my dream to ride on a unicorn and rub that horn. I just love that idea. And if you could
Well,
make that happen,
you rub all the horns you want, darling.
oh man, you guys are special.
Can I see the autograph that I signed for you, Pack?
Oh, here you go.
I'm just gonna P.S. Just rub your horn. Rub the horn. Rub the horn, Queefus.
P.S.
Wow.
P.S. Stay horny.
Horny. Wow. Now that's oddly specific, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Anyway, show us to your lord. And the two members of my party, I changed back to Athalia.
Wow. That is way. And he walks over to the table.
Feels a little bit more comfortable, at least. And I guess I sound like normal again, too.
Does Alter Self actually change your voice?
It's
Or just your...
It's still an illusion. Like he's still a hobgoblin. Like,
Yeah, it's a well,
Like, he
no,
can-
actually, it's a transmutation. It's not an illusion. So
well,
I think my bones actually shift and my
Alter
voice box
self?
actually changes.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
you can
disguise
change your
self.
appearance.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah, no.
disguise self.
Wow. No, you even get an unarmed strike that deals 1d6. That's awesome. But yeah, it doesn't say anything about your voice. So that's how he knew it was the same person.
Facial features, sound of your voice, hair length, coloration. So she could sound like Athalia now.
Really?
Like halfway down. You decide what
okay.
you look like, including your height, weight, facial features, sound of voice, hair
Oh
length,
yeah, no, okay,
coloration.
never mind. Yeah, no, you do whatever you want. like Cleef has said, you guys are special. Well, wait.
Wasn't there someone you were supposed to introduce us to?
The Lord over here. Are you guys following him or?
Yes.
All right, go
Yep.
ahead and sit on down. So, Cleef says, this is the group, sir. And his lordship, the one in the corner here, says, yes, I am aware of that, you imbecile. So, how close are we to accomplishing what you have been set upon?
We have a
Whatever.
plan, your lordship.
And when can I expect this plan to take effect? I hate this town.
Well, you're not the only one.
Well, make sure you do something about it. I'd prefer if you could make this happen before the wedding, but time is ticking.
Sooner rather than later, your lordship.
Very good. Do you need anything else? Have I not given you enough?
You've given us plenty.
Now that people have seen me sitting with you, must make this a spectacle so no one expects anything. So, please, give me your signature. That would be splendid. And let me shake your hand. Yes, that would be most agreeable. Make a show of it, please.
By all means, your lordship.
And he comes over to shake your hand. Shakes your hand, and then he turns around. Oh, look! How happy day! It's the famous Blue Cloak group. And people start coming over to you. Coming over the table to meet you guys. And as people start crowding around, he leans in and pulls one of you in. I don't really care who. Let's go 1d3. He pulls you in. Sidha.
Sidhay.
Sidhay, sorry, Sidhay. Get this done. And he brushes past you using his shoulder and kind of knocking you a little bit. And his cronies follow out one by one. And Cleophas is the last. And he says, sorry about that. But you guys, I love y'all.
We love you too, Queefus.
It's Cleophas with a clee.
Yes, of course, darling.
The clee sound. You know. But I get it. It's okay. I know you can't remember every one of your fans' names. Come along, Queefus. You hear from the Lord. People are crowding around you, asking for autographs.
No more autographs for today. We must prepare for the afternoon show. Puff of smoke, run away.
You with the prestidigitation? Sure.
You can come look for us after the show. We'll be perfectly willing to sign autographs then. And also poofs and run away.
And Lady Muriel, you're finally getting the adoration and approval that you deserved. People are fawning over you. And this is about right. This is what you expect.
I'm like partially appreciating it and like partially disgusted that like this horrific commoner, like ugly body is receiving so much praise.
We have a drink with us. It's on me, please. And this woman passes you a napkin with the apartment number she's staying in.
Oh damn.
And you got guys like, hey, have a drink with us. Love to see if I could hang with a giant like you.
Yes, I have some things to attend to, but I will certainly be back later, and I will take you all up on your offers. And I wink at the woman who gave me the napkin as I walk out.
Sure. And as you walk out, you get eyed by the half dragon. And you notice that he is paying attention to you guys.
Sure.
Trigger waves.
I give him finger guns. No, I don't do that. That was a joke.
I give him finger guns.
He kind of stands up and looks at you oddly. All right, so what you guys doing now?
I think we should head back to our room.
I think
and figure out what the fuck we're doing.
Joe here too?
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
Yes, perhaps another one of our friends has woken up. Perhaps we should go back to our room.
Sure. So,
unfortunately, just in time.
You guys make it back to the place where you guys were habitating. Back at, and for Joe, I don't know if I'm going to show this to everyone again. You're at building number 3. The group just got back from the tavern, and they come up the stairs, and you were sleeping off a good hangover, but you're well rested now. And Lady Muriel hands you some fireworks and says that she's just tuckered. This big body of hers just isn't performing the way she'd like it to, and so she takes a nap. And the lizard guy, whose name is Athy
Kepisk.
Okay. Kepisk. Kepisk, your name was found on a contract that the group had read earlier. So she tells you, "Hey, Kepisk," as if to inform you of your name.
Okay.
And they probably would like to catch you up on the shenanigans about what's going on. Please catch him up.
We're here to steal a necklace.
Okay.
It's magical. We don't know how magical.
Off a bride who's
stealing it
getting
could-
married today.
And stealing it could destroy this town. But it could also send us home.
Okay, I'm down. Kepisk down.
Fantastic. They've
So,
also
just to be-
they had a
Just to
go
be
ahead.
clear, Nubbins, is that you in there? I mean, sorry. Lord Jusinius Pestis, is that you in there?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. We're actually our characters in these bodies. It's like, yes, I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing in this body, but that's okay. We'll
How do you think I
Well,
feel? Actually,
yeah,
you probably
well.
feel kind of similar in the other way around.
well,
My tail's gone.
it's terrible. This is all terrible.
Actually, I would think that you would feel at least a little bit more comfortable.
I mean, I am closer to my more natural dragon form, but I think lizard is not quite a step in the right direction.
Oh,
they all
I'm
talk
stuck with this, by the way, and I drop alter self, and I'm just back to the hobgoblin.
Ah, hobgoblin, eh? Yeah, nice.
That one's Lady Muriel. Points to the furbolg that passed out.
Hmm. Well, I guess we should have listened to her when she said we should run that one night.
Oh,
well.
also with 52 years in the past.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, really?
I don't think I'm even born yet, but that's okay.
I ain't.
So a lot of weird stuff has happened. A lot of things have happened. Did you guys have any combat tonight or anything?
We saw some combat.
All right.
Didn't participate.
Yeah.
I could make my fingers sparkle.
That's pretty cool.
Well, I can
That
do
is-
that too.
I mean, making lemons out of lemonade. Making lemonade out of lemons, right?
So Kepisk, just so you know some of the rules real quick, go ahead and roll initiative. What we're doing is every round or every time we go through the order, every 15 minutes passes. The wedding itself happens at, what was it? 2, I want to say 2 p.m. It's now, as you guys are going to finish talking, it will be 11 a.m. And you guys have some time to walk about the city and whatnot. So anytime you're out of combat, I'll go through the turn order, and 15 minutes will pass that way. When you're in combat, the turn, that the timing will stop. But other than that, yeah, you guys are good to go. Again, you're at building number 3.
Okay.
So apparently this lady's getting married and she's wearing the necklace we gotta get.
Mm-hmm.
Her soon-to-be husband's paw is the one that's hired us to take it back, which I think is stupid because she's marrying into the family and therefore it's there. I don't understand why we need to thieve this for him, but apparently that's what these guys were hired to do. But I haven't a clue how to go about something like that. I ain't never stole nothing in my life.
What if we just volunteer to make a speech at the wedding and just
We're
all the bride
supposed
and
to
crew?
actually perform at the wedding.
Even better, we'll get him up on stage. We'll just rip the necklace off and run out like a couple of brigands.
I mean, we could.
I doubt it will be that simple.
When we do need...
Also,
we were talking
we
about...
have we have the opportunity to take care of this prior to the wedding itself.
What What'll be easier? Like, how are we gonna get close to her?
I mean, I could
Because if
I could
we...
do that trick again. I could alter my appearance again and try to get close to her, but I could only get myself close to her, none of you.
Yeah,
Probably.
I don't think a giant lizard man would look too natural going close to her. So
Yes.
I mean, I think I might be able to get people to like me more, but I don't know. I mean, I can't guarantee on stuff. I mean, I'm not sure how this magic is supposed to do. I mean, I burp lightning. That's the closest thing to magic I got normally.
Yes, but your body knows how to do this magic. Mine does. So your situation can't be much different. Pestis,
yes,
what do you think you can do? What is your body telling you it can do?
my body is telling me that I can smash things and make sharp things go through soft things that scream and bleed.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I am a barbarian.
Fucking metal as fuck, dude.
I know, I kind of feel like trying to make her part of the performance might be easier. I mean, obviously that ain't...
I could.
I mean, if we could somehow get to talk to her and tell her that we're going to be making her part of the performance and do like a quick practice thing, maybe then we could get a hold of it somehow. But I mean, I don't know how to take a necklace off of someone who's already wearing it without them noticing.
Yeah. I have a plan, and I open my spell book to the page for feign death. She would have to agree to it, or she would have to be at least willing. But I can make her look dead.
Well, maybe we could tell her the spell does something else, like it's a blessing or something. Can you make yourself look like a priest or something?
Can I get a potential DM ruling on that?
Ruling on what?
Feign death
Yes.
says you touch a willing creature.
Yes.
Does a willing creature need to know exactly what the spell is going to do to them, or do they need to be willing to have a spell cast upon them?
It's willing to have a spell cast upon them. Willing
Okay.
and knowledge are different.
All right. Okay, I think that might be able to work.
But we'd have to get her alone, or at least mostly alone.
We'd have to get her alone or mostly alone.
Because if she's at least mostly alone, we could send whoever else there to go get help. Because they'd see her just... Well... Because I'm not sure, like, the chances of us getting her completely alone. I mean, we could try. But... You casting a spell and her immediately dying ain't gonna look good.
That's true.
Unless we make it like a whole elaborate thing and that spell's like the very end part where it looks like something else.
I mean, we could play it like the spell went wrong, and somebody else might try to. I'm thinking too much about this.
So
Fuck this. This person's brain is so just fast, too fast for me to. Ugh.
we know where she lives, right?
We know where she is right now. Yes.
Okay. And she did hire us for the wedding gig as performers.
No.
I think
The
the
owners of the
tavern.
house were staying in. It was for the wedding.
I think he said he owned the tavern.
Oh.
Yes, he was involved in the entertainment.
We're the wedding gift.
Okay, so we have to somehow isolate her.
So I think from the note sharing that you guys did, to elaborate on that, you guys were able to piece together that the tavern owner bought the Blue Cloak group as the entertainment or as a wedding gift. However, you guys somehow intercepted them and have taken their place by order of the Lord. Sorry, perhaps I did not stress that enough with Ash's note.
No, I think I got that.
Okay.
I'll be honest, guys. Besides strong arm robbery, I am out of ideas.
I think the feign
Uh,
death thing is like the best idea we got. But
I could. We could try to find where she is, and I could.
I mean, there is a church here. If we could go get a look at the actual priest, maybe we could do like, you could look like him. And they'd probably trust him more. Him, her, whoever.
That's a thought. Yes, that's a wonderful thought.
And then
One
we
thing
could
I
just be representatives from the group here, wanting to pay our respects and see if she wants to be worked into our show. We just kind of caught up with each other on the way and went together. I mean, we don't technically have to be part of that. That could just be a priest thing, and we're just there for something else.
I like the sound of that.
We can wear robes and pretend we're part of the priesthood or something like that.
No, I mean, we could just be there saying we want... Because at first we were talking about trying to get her in as part of the show. Maybe we could go there to, like, pretend to talk to her about that, see if she would be into that idea, since it's her big day. And it'll be, like, putting her on display and stuff and making her feel a little extra special.
So wait, are these two different ideas or these one idea?
One idea.
So I go disguised as a priest.
Yes, but we all go together. And, like, you'll give us credence as in, like, these people are okay to come in, you know? Because, I mean, usually people trust the clerics and whatnot. I mean, I ain't all religious and whatnot, but y'all are trusted a lot more than dark-skinned elves.
Well, I don't know how far trust goes with lizard people either, but yes.
I'm usually a lizardy person.
I'm full-on lizard, though. Like pet iguana.
All right, let's not measure tails.
I miss my tail.
I'll wiggle my tail. Yeah, nice.
Pout.
Okay, let's.
She has lips that can pout.
You want to pet it? It's okay.
Gross.
Yeah, your tail, in fact, can do tricks. Like you can make it into like you can curl it. It's what is it? Prehensile. There you go. It wraps around stuff. It's very handy.
It's nice. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, it's like a possum.
Wait till you get your dragon body.
That's right. One day.
So you guys are planning to go to the church?
Yes, if only to get a look at the presiding priest.
Maybe have a talk with him a bit.
Yeah. Learn his speech patterns.
Sure.
Oh, damn.
I vaguely recognize this map.
Many Algors.
Ah,
So yes, you guys arrive at the church.
what a
Doors
horrifying
are-
thought. Too many Algors.
You guys are everyone fighting over who saved the world. Or told everyone about global warming.
No, I invented the internet. No, I invented the internet.
You guys, the doors are open, and the church looks pretty empty. There seems to be only kind of one parishioner praying in the back, and very up front there seems to be a priest doing priesty things.
Shall we?
We shall.
I mean, theoretically, this is going to be the guy that's going to be presiding over the wedding. Maybe. Could at least find out.
All right. Well, let's head on inside. Knock, knock. Hello.
Is the priest the guy way up top?
Yeah, he's way up front. Sorry, and there is another dashing young man toward the front. As you guys get past some of the pews, he's kind of at the front.
Hello. Good morning.
And you get a a raised eye from the guy in the front, and
Is there
the priest turns around
a
and comes to the front.
is there like a holy symbol? Can we tell who this church is for?
Go ahead and make a perception, or you could use your passive.
Could I make a religion check to see if I can figure
Sure.
out? That's okay, I guess.
Yeah, that's a
My
roll.
passive is 14.
Yeah, so I mean, you probably haven't seen these before, but you see names that you don't um names a name that you don't necessarily often see. Um it is you see a statue of a tall man in a hooded robe with feathered wings, holding a scythe and an hourglass. And you see what languages do you guys read?
Frigga knows Draconic. I think that's the only.
Us or us?
No, in those bodies. What bodies do you guys? I mean, languages do you guys know?
Common and Draconic.
You did not give me any.
No. What?
I have.
That's no bueno. That's no bueno.
I got 5 on it.
Shade speak undercommon. Common.
Elf, at least. Probably get 1 or 2 more. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say you recognize in. Let's go celestial. A name, but you may not. You may not understand it.
Chronos? Any of you ever heard of Chronos? Or should I roll a religion to see if I would know who that is?
You can.
I'm not aware.
Apparently.
Oh. Yeah, you nailed it. With the nat 20, you can certainly cheat and know everything there is to know about Chronos.
Ain't this guy like the god of time? I think. Pretty sure. I don't know why I know that. That's weird.
So
Very interesting.
you hailed over to the priest. Says, yes, my children. How can I help
Yes,
you?
we were looking for. We're of the Blue Cloak group, the performers at today's wedding. We were looking for the officiator or the justice of the peace or the priest who will be marrying the two lovebirds, as it were.
I see. Yes, unfortunately, it is not I. They chose to exclude the local church of Bakob, the one that has raised them, but that's fine. They are going with a parishioner or something that they're bringing in house. I believe he is over at the monastery.
Ah, well, thank you. We shall head there. And I just walk out of the church, just cursing under my breath.
Well, that
Fucking-
seems rude of them to do that. But
Bakob can hear you in his house, young man.
Yes. It's for his sake that I loosen my tongue.
Remember,
Many apologies.
courteousness is next to godliness.
Yes, of course it is.
All right.
it's like under
So
her
you
breath, like,
guys-
wouldn't that depend on the god?
Certainly
But,
would.
hey, Thalia. I mean,
Yeah.
you still can use this guy. I mean,
I still could.
he said that he raised them, or like that they'd been kind of get the impression that they'd been coming here.
I think that might actually be a great idea.
Just like, paying his respects, etc., etc.
I like that idea.
So you guys make your way over to the monastery. Is that correct?
Actually, we were gonna go make it over to the Weed family house.
Ah, yes.
And when we get rather close, I would like to duck into an alleyway and just chicka.
Sure. And what's the appearance that you're going to take?
The priest guy that we just spoke to.
Sure. So at this time, earlier, Muriel had told you that the house is open, but at this time, there's it seems to have calmed down. The house isn't open anymore. And it seems like more festivities and people are actually headed at the in the town square or at the wedding place. So this isn't as busy as it once was.
Guess we should
And
not.
the door, yeah, but the guards are still there. The half, and there's certainly a place for you to knock on the door as it's closed.
Knock, knock.
And the close guy next to you, he says, "How can I help you?"
Well, as you know, the betrothed have chosen to use an outside minister to officiate their wedding. But I would still I would love to see the bride and just pay my respects, as I cannot be in direct attendance.
And who are you?
I am the priest of Chronos, the
He
local
said
church.
macabre.
Macabre? Wait,
So
what?
That's what the priest was saying in the Church of
Oh,
Macabre.
Macabre, the Church of Macabre.
Well, who are they?
They are members of the Blue Cloak performers. They That's the second part of why I'm here. They needed someone to vouch for them. They would also like to speak with the bride, and since they are the entertainment for this evening, they have a special surprise planned, and they would like to involve her in it.
Okay, go ahead and roll a deception or a perception. You can have it at advantage.
Cool.
No, persuasion, not perception. Excuse me. Okay, 8.
That's a number.
He's like, you look familiar, but I'm okay with priests, but performers will have to stay down here.
Fine, I will ask
Hold
her
on.
on their behalf.
No dice. No one's supposed to see her anyway.
I mean, it's about our performance. We would like to involve her in it, and we kind of need to talk to her about it. It ain't that big a deal, is it? I mean, we ain't asking to be alone with her. We would just like to speak with her. She casts charms person.
Ooh. Sure. Let's make a wisdom save.
Versus 15, it looks like.
Yeah, well, he doesn't make it.
She just smiles sweetly, bats her eyes. Feeling absolutely gross about this whole thing, but...
Well, I assume that can't hurt. Follow me. And the red
Thank
dragon
you kindly, sir.
warrior just kind of looks. What? What just happened?
Hooray, magic.
Just stick with me, and I'll get you through. Your name's on the list, but I know some people. And so are you coming as well, Lizard Man?
Lizard Man is there. He's going to come
All
along.
right. All right. Put yourself on this bottom half.
Righto.
Yep. There you go. So as you guys are coming up the stairs, his friend is up here. And he's like, "Listen, Chuck, I know they're not on the list, but you see here this father guy who wants to give a blessing. He's been part of their lives. I just need you to look other way." And Chuck's like, "Listen, they're not on the list. Can't do that." And back and forth they go. Finally, he's like, "Listen, I know what you did last week. at such and such. And it's like, I thought we were going to talk about this. Let them go and I'll drop them. Okay. So, can you guys give me a... what's your passive perceptions?
Mine's 14.
14.
11.
Okay, you can make me an active, Mr. 11. So 14s are enough. Okay, yeah. So the 14s get you... You see that there are windows. Here, these are kind of like the garden, like flower pot arrangements outside of windows. I don't know what they're called. But there are windows there. Anytime you see that. And there are guards, even more guards, down the hall. And so he turns around to you and says, "So, you wanted to talk to the parents? Is that it?"
No,
We'd like to
the
talk
bride
to the
herself.
Oh. Okay. Hold on. Y'all stay right outside the door here, and I'll talk to the guard here. And he starts on the same kind of conversation trend. He's like, "Listen, they just want to talk. They don't need to see her. That's what they said." And the other one says, Fine. I'm just gonna stay here next to you. So they will allow you to talk through the door.
That's not what we need. I need to. This blessing is not just a simple talk. I need. It's a ritual. It needs the power of the powers that be. It needs time. It needs focus. I need to see her. And if she will not accept it, I will walk away.
Listen, I want to help you out, but you said you just need to talk to her, not see her.
Well, then
He
then
needs
I
to
will.
talk to her. He needs to see her.
Oh my gosh, things you do for friends.
Let's
Okay.
ask. Let's
Listen.
ask her.
Hold on. Let me see what I can do. Might be able to do something. Since he regards you as friends, a friendly acquaintance. And he'll go back to the guard and like, all right. And he goes back to you. He's like, listen. He says he can get himself. He won't even mention it, but he needs some gold.
How much?
He said 5 for him and 5 for the dragon, half dragon down the way.
That's fine.
I can provide that.
Best I can do.
The church has its coffers, and this is not necessarily an appropriate use, but it will...
All right. He said he can only give you 2 minutes.
I need at least 15 for
15.
the ritual.
I can't do 15. No one's supposed to see her. I'm doing best I can.
Ain't it just the groom that ain't supposed to see the bride? What you doing in there
Well,
all by yourself?
Right now, it's anyone. I don't know. I don't know about weddings. They just no one's supposed to.
I'm sure the gods will make an exception for an ordained cleric.
The gods might, but we're not. I got you 2 minutes. That's the best I can do.
Fine.
All right. And so all 3 of them walk down this way, and they unlock the door.
I turn to my 2 companions before we enter in.
Okay.
Make sure the way to that window is clear.
Yeah, Frigga kind of looks up at Yesenius like, you got this?
Sure, I'm on it. I'll stay out. I'll stay outside the room, actually.
Okay.
And I knock carefully on the door, and I open it slightly. My dear,
Well,
are you decent?
of course.
And I open it all the way.
I've not been decent. At least I'd like to think so.
May I come in?
Oh, I very much would like that. Keeping me in isolation just isn't right.
Yes, I understand.
Good
I open the
afternoon,
door all the
ma'am.
way.
Oh, priest! And
Oh,
she
I
sees
brought her.
who it is, and she comes and runs over and tries to give you a big hug.
I hug her back.
Oh, I'm so glad you came to see me. It's a shame
Yes,
that
so am I.
they won't let you
Is she
marry
wearing?
me.
Is she wearing the necklace?
Yeah, the necklace, and her gown, veil. She's getting ready to be married.
All right. I can't sleep.
Yeah, she hits the middle of the floor. She just falls asleep.
I try to catch her if I can.
Oh, all right. Give me a dexterity saving throw. Oh, you've done this before. At least this body has.
And I just lay her carefully to the ground, unsnap the necklace, stick it in my robes, and we walk out the door.
Should we put her on the bed?
We put her on the bed. Let's be reasonable. Let's put her on the bed.
Sure.
Be like,
So you do what you can. You put her on the bed, and you guys walk out, close the door behind you, and they see you walk out, and
I just give
they
them a
come
nice
back over.
nod and
They come back over. He takes his place. And he opens the door, sees she's laying down, and they say, okay. And your friend walks out with you. See, I'm glad. Glad that it only. Oh, sorry. This is his voice. I'm glad you guys only took those 2 minutes.
yes, she respectfully declined the blessing. It's fine.
She looked
Yeah.
real tired,
I see.
so I didn't bother her with none questions. We'll try to deal with that later.
Okay. Sure.
All right. Well, if it's no different to you, we must prepare our performance for the evening.
I understand. Understand.
Thank you so much. Good day, sir. You've
Yes.
been wonderful.
All right.
Right. Hurry, 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 hurry. Get the fuck away from here.
That really tense, like walking quickly, but we're not walking quickly.
Well, casual.
Too much.
Somebody cut me 10 feet of rope.
So you guys get out of there.
What you need rope for?
Backup plan. Emergency.
I will. I have hemp and rope. Here you go.
So where are you guys headed? Are you guys around the corner?
We are. I would like to go back to our room.
Okay. So you guys get back there.
At a certain point, I would like to duck into an alleyway and drop the altar itself.
Okay. Done.
And we get back to the room.
Okay.
Wake everyone asses up because we probably gotta go quick.
All right. You successfully wake everyone up.
That was easier than I thought.
Yes, it was.
Too easy.
Well, let's not start with that.
That's right. Think positive.
Don't fucking jinx this.
We were supposed to meet somebody if we wanted to give it away, but okay, we got this thing now.
I don't want to give this away.
How do we?
I don't want to just give this.
I know that guy. I don't trust that guy. As far as I can throw him in his body.
I don't trust him either.
mean, should we just
What
go?
do we do?
I mean, it'll be hard to just leave. I mean, we could dump the cloaks, but we're kind of distinctive
Conspicuous, yes.
compared to the rest of this town.
Okay, so what are you guys gonna do?
I mean, we can't stay here for long. We should maybe try to
I want
sneak away.
I want to pull out the necklace,
Necklace, all
and
right.
I just want to hold it, and
By-
I want to
by the way,
just, like, examine
The
it.
door has 3 slits or 3 like 2x4s, whatever they are, just pieces of wood over the over the massive hole that was punched through.
Planks.
That's hilarious.
So you're looking at the necklace, okay?
Yep.
You look at it. It is looked at.
Can I? Does it feel magical? And also, is it? I want to. First, I want to double check that it's the necklace from the legend.
Yeah, you pull out your book and it looks like a match.
All right, excellent. We need to hide. We need to find some place to hunker down. It can't be here. I need to. I think I can. We can figure out what this does. I think this is our key home. I want this to be our key home. It cannot leave our sight. It cannot leave our hands.
Out of character, what time were they supposed to perform again?
At the wedding
Yeah, 2?
at 2 p.m. and then afterwards at the tavern.
Well, we could make like we're going off to practice somewhere and just leave. Like, not try to be sneaky about it, just go off where it looks like there's room or something, and then, because a lot of people here seem busy, we could just, I mean, if we try to sneak out and get caught, it's going to be super shady, especially once she wakes up. But,
Which she definitely already has, because sleep only lasts a minute.
Yeah, she's woken up. But she's in her bed, and you guys, by the time you guys get back, there's, I imagine something's going down there.
Can we hide at one of the warehouses, like the wheat warehouse or the soy warehouse, or can we actually just go out of town and hide?
well, I mean, if we leave town, it's going to be very obvious that, I mean, especially because I was there, my face was there, but
Yeah.
the priest's face was there. So we could just say, like, that we split up on the way back. He went back to the church. But,
True. They'll be looking for all of us, though, I imagine.
yeah. So I think we should try to look like we're practicing and that we didn't do, like, nothing,
Act natural.
We could just ask around, is there a good place for us to practice for this afternoon?
I don't necessarily think we should ask anybody. I think we just need to kind of disappear.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was saying. Maybe hide in a warehouse or do something.
I like the warehouse idea.
But I don't know if it's guarded.
I mean,
Sure it
taverns
is.
are guarded.
So I'm sure they're guarding their warehouses then.
Everything seems guarded. They got, like, half dragons. I mean, these people ain't leaving like me.
Yeah.
They're bigger and scarier.
That's impossible.
She kind of grins at that. Why, thank you, Yesenius.
Yes.
We can't linger on this idea. We gotta pick something and go.
Let's just get out into the woods. I think that might be our best bet.
I'm up for the woods. Let's do it.
All right. So you're gathering everyone, and you guys are heading out to the woods. Is that correct?
Yep.
Out of town.
Yes.
I
All
say
right.
we even ditch the cloaks.
Sure. You
Ditch
Especially ditch the cloaks.
the blue cloak.
Yeah, you ditched the cloaks. Do you leave them in the room? Or
Sure.
like somewhere else?
Yeah, so it
Sure.
just looks like we went somewhere. Not that we
Yep.
abandoned.
So as you guys are making your way out of town, you know, as you guys are about to turn the last corner, you see people running up to the tavern owner's house. And in the distance, you see some smoke billowing off the church. But you guys essentially have made it out. And
Smoke coming from
as
the
you
church?
guys,
Uh-oh.
what?
Smoke
Coming
coming
from the
the church.
And as you as the last one of you makes that last corner to get the town out of view, you guys wake up and you guys discover you're still in the bodies that you were in this morning, and you hear Grognak's voice yell at a hobgoblin, and it seems like it's morning again. And that's what we'll end for the night.
Did you just motherfucking Groundhog Day us?
That's what I was thinking.
God damn it! No!
All right.
Okay, I have to go to bed. That's it. That's hilarious and upsetting.
I told you it was too easy. I know Craig. I know how Craig operates. After 5 years playing with Craig.
You guys got the necklace very easily. Good job.
Yeah, thanks. All right.
That was fun.
Yes, it was.
That was very
definitely fun.
Looks like we'll be doing this again in 2 weeks.
cool.
You should be excited, Ben. At least this character's alive.
Yeah. I swear to God, 2 weeks from now, I'm smashing this another fucking necklace. It's breaking.
We have plenty of time to discuss this. Thanks, everyone on stream.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
Love y'all. Good night.
Love you,
Good
stream.
night.
Good night.